Today we're going to read about the trade in ancient Mali. Then we're going to answer some comprehension questions together. After that, you're going to read your own passage about the storytellers in ancient Mali and then answer some comprehension questions on your own. Today we're going to read a passage called Trade in Ancient Mali. It is a nonfiction passage that will give us information and facts about the trade that went on in ancient Mali. Under this heading, we're going to learn about what was traded during the time of ancient Mali. The Mali Empire's great wealth came from trade. Mali was spread across the salt mines of the Sahara Desert and the gold mines of West Africa. This great location helped Mali become an important trade center and become one of the largest and wealthiest empires in the region. I want to underline some important information. I'm going to underline that there were salt mines in the Sahara Desert, and that there were gold mines in West Africa, and that this great location of ancient Mali helped it become an important trade center and become one of the wealthiest empires in the region. The next heading is called Gold and Salt. And in this section, they're going to talk about the gold and salt that Mali traded. Mali gained power through gold mining and trading. Miners found gold in Western Africa and traded it through the Sahara Desert to the countries on the North African coast. All of the things that Mali traded gold for helped them stay very healthy. So, gold mining and trading helped them gain power. They found gold in Western Africa and traded it through the Sahara Desert. And everything that Mali traded gold for helped them stay wealthy. And this paragraph here is about gold, so I'm going to highlight that so I remember that this one was about gold. And now we're going to read about salt. Salt was also traded in ancient Mali. It was a valuable natural resource for people living in the desert at that time. It was used for health reasons and for preserving food. Okay, so salt was also traded. We'll underline that. It was a valuable natural resource. And it was used for health reasons and preserving food. So we'll underline that. And we'll highlight salt to remind us that this is the paragraph that is about salt. Our next heading is caravans. So we're going to read this section to find out what caravans are. The traders would travel by caravans on camels. Without the camel, trade across the Sahara would have been nearly impossible. The camels carried the heavy goods and people across the desert. It took a typical caravan about 40 days to cross the Sahara Desert, moving at around 3 miles per hour. So a caravan was the traders traveling on camels. So they would trade across the Sahara Desert. The camels carried the heavy goods and the people across the desert. It took about 40 days to cross the Sahara Desert, and they were only going 3 miles per hour. That wasn't very fast. And then before we're done reading this passage, we're going to look at the image, but we're not only going to look at the image, we're going to make sure that we read the caption. And the caption says, "Camels carrying salt slabs in a caravan across the Sahara Desert." So I can look at this picture and I can know that this is how the camels carry the salt slabs, and that this is what the caravan looked like. It was camels walking along the desert. There would have been people with them too. Now we're going to answer some questions about the passage that we read, Trade in Ancient Mali. Directions. Move the blue circle to the correct answer. Under which heading can you find information about how many days it took to cross the Sahara Desert? We have caravans, gold and salt, or industry for trading. And if you remember, that is something that we underlined, and it was under caravans. It said right here that it took 40 days to cross the Sahara Desert. So the answer is caravans. Oops. Directions. Move the blue circles to the correct answers. Circles is plural. Answers is plural. That means there's going to be more than one answer to this question. What two words, so I know that I'm going to have two answers, are antonyms for the word valuable as it is used in the second paragraph under the heading gold and salt? So I'm looking for antonyms. Antonyms are words that are the opposite. And I'm looking for the word valuable under the heading gold and salt. Right here's gold and salt, and it's in the second paragraph. That's the first paragraph. That's the second paragraph. It was a valuable natural resource for people living in the desert at that time. So valuable. That means that it has value. It's worth something. The first word is useful. If something is useful, you can find a way to use it. It's helpful to you. So that is not the opposite of valuable. Useless. If something is useless, it means that you can't use it. It's without use to you. So that would be an antonym for valuable. It is the opposite meaning of valuable. Wealthy and valuable. Those words are synonyms. They mean the same, so I'm not going to mark that one. Worthless. This means that it's worth nothing. It has no value. So that is the opposite of valuable. We have our two answers, but we're going to check the last one just to make sure. Prized. Prized is not an antonym for valuable, so we already picked the correct two answers. Directions. Move the blue circle to the correct answer. What question can be answered under the heading Industry for Trading? All right, so we're going to make sure we look under Industry for Trading. And if we can answer the question by reading just this section, then that's the one that will be our answer. How did traders travel? That doesn't tell us that in this section. That's down here under caravans. So this is not our answer. How did Mali become wealthy? The Mali Empire's great wealth came from trade. So I can answer that question in this section. How did Mali become wealthy? My answer would be through trade. So the answer for this question is B. I just want to make sure that I can't answer this one in the first section. What was salt used for? That is in this passage, but that's down here under the heading gold and salt. So we have the correct answer. Directions. Move the blue circle to the correct answer. In what region of Africa was gold found? And that was right here. There's two parts. Gold mines of West Africa and miners found gold in Western Africa. So the answer is Western. Directions. Move the blue circle to the correct answer. What question can be answered by looking at the caption? This is our caption. Camels carrying salt slabs in a caravan across the Sahara Desert. Okay, can we answer how long did it take for the camels to cross the Sahara Desert? Not with that caption. We can answer that over here in the passage under caravans, but not with a caption. How do camels travel across the Sahara Desert? How? It doesn't tell me how they do that in the caption. What did camels carry across the Sahara Desert? Well, in this picture, they're carrying salt slabs across the Sahara Desert. So my answer to this question would be salt slabs, and I answered that question by looking at the caption. So that is my answer. Now it's your turn. You're going to read a passage about the storytellers in ancient Mali, then you're going to answer the comprehension questions. So when you're reading this story, I want you to highlight the headings. I want you to underline or highlight other important information and make sure that you read the caption. Then you're going to have 5 questions to answer on your own. Use the text to help you find your answers.